Edward, great seeing you in Geneva.
Always a pleasure.
Now, Moser has a tendency of surprising everybody with their new releases. There's nothing predictable about the watches, whether it's coming to the colors, the dials, or even the complications.
I
And
take
here,
that as a compliment.
yeah, it's definitely a compliment. And again, we have a very surprising mixture of all of these different elements that make this an iconic Moser move. So, walk us through the new novelties. Tell us about the thought process behind this whole concept.
I think let's look a little bit at where we are right now. We are at the Pal Expo, Watches and Wonders 25, 60 different brands inside the hall here, many outside. So a lot of noise, people talking, but also a lot of noise because there's tons of brands launching. Very nice products. Some things are more standard than others. The key for us as a brand is obviously we want to stand out. We want to express who we are. We want to make something that surprises people so that people obviously notice us. It's a bit of a competition. How do you get noticed by the media, by the retailers, by the customers? So it's always an exercise that we kind of mastered for many years through a very simple process, which was let's choose a topic and let's make a crazy watch. We did a watch in cheese. We did a watch that looked like an Apple Watch. We did a watch with plants growing. And then as we matured, we wanted to show more and more of, now that people notice us, to show more and more of what we do, the craftsmanship, our tradition, our culture. And this year we decided for years we played a lot with colors, fumé dials, we played with Vanta Black, we had a phase with a lot about Vanta Black. This year we said, okay, let's go to colors, let's go to craftsmanship, let's grow on what we've done in the past. We did a lot of natural stone dials, like malachite. We did an interesting collaboration last year, and I remember you talked about it, is the Studio Underdog collaboration where we mixed two colors that were very contrasting between the purple and the enamel yellow-orange. Kind of a new color for me combination that came from Richard from Studio Underdog. And I was like, oh, this may be something we could do. Last year I was the same hall about 9 months ago. That's where all the suppliers are here. I sat down with our suppliers for natural stones and suddenly I see those wonderful colors. And I'm like, wow, is there any way we can combine those and make our dies pop a little bit? Not that they don't pop usually, but even more. And then came the idea of the pop art edition. So it's really about mixing colors, a little bit like pop art, Andy Warhol, 70s, and the result is quite mesmerizing. It's 18 different models. We have unique minute repeaters 6 times, 6 combination of different stones, so 6 times the minute repeaters, each one unique. 6 different tourbillons limited to 8 pieces each, and 6 times small second limited to 28 each, which makes a big launch, but actually it's not that many.
This is so on brand because you're still having that seriousness of hand finished watchmaking and all these complications, but at the same time, we talked about this last year when we were asking, what are you guys doing for the next generation? And I feel like that bringing that pop art, bringing these very unexpected fresh colors and mixing those with the high-end craftsmanship, the artisanal watchmaking of Moser.
It's really, I think the art of Moser is to try to stay in true and respect of tradition. Look at those really old craftsmanship, but make them relevant, make them today. Look at the enamel dies, and we have a good example here. Enamel is, for me, historically, the M.I. Grand Feu is the watches of our great-grandfather. Like those pocket watches, beautiful M.I. Grand Feu, white. And then we said, well, how can we do this but make it modern? And that's how we started with those gold plates, hammered, and then very transparent, vibrant colors. Of great example here with the purple fumé enamel die, which is mesmerizing.
And we also have a new Streamliner.
That's true. It's not a new Streamliner. It's still the flyback chronograph, the original one, the first one we ever launched in 2020. But here a new dial. It's a new technique that we're using here. We wanted to make that same watch a little bit more classic, a little bit less sporty from a dial standpoint. So we have the frozen dial, which actually is a stamp dial. So we have a stamp that we hand engrave, and then we stamp the brass. We create a galvanic color, and then with the zaponage, you get this really transparency. It looks almost like crystal, or even also like quartz crystal.
Yeah.
It's actually stamped, and makes it a very nice structure that has a lot of light and a lot of color. So, yeah, wide variety of products from the Endeavor, which is kind of a lot of Endeavors this year, Watches and Wonders for us, and the new Chrono dial, which makes it an interesting launch.
So this, I think, would be the craziest piece. We have a minute repeater
It's a unique piece, yeah.
with a
Lapis
tourbillon.
lazuli.
Wow.
So lapis lazuli stone, tourbillon, minute repeater with the hammers visible at center. It's a 40 millimeter in rose gold.
Quite
and
compact
this is
for
a
everything
unique.
packs.
Yes, this is a unique piece. Beautiful movement here. We make one minute repeater a month, so super happy to have actually two on the stand. The other one is this other unique with a coral dial on it. Beautiful watch. Then here we have the tourbillon, also part of the pop art. Here we have turquoise that comes from Arizona and coral. Beautiful combination of those two materials. With the 805, which is our new tourbillon. It's an evolution. We changed the finishing on our tourbillon in 40 millimeter in steel and limited to 8 pieces. Here we have the small second. Look at the beautiful strap here with the pink. It's actually Puma jade and opal from Peru. Beautiful combination. I didn't think that this color would be one of my favorites. I thought I would be all over the turquoise
yeah.
and coral. Actually, I love the way jade works, like the structure you have in the dive there. And this is featuring our big rotor automatic movement called the 201, but we modify it to have a small second because that's the way we can get the small circle at the bottom.
What was the thought process like, or the process like when deciding between these colors, because they work so well? The harmony of colors is so.
It's try. You stroll in, finding the stones, finding the matching ones. It was quite easy with this one because coral and turquoise came out pretty quickly. But then for the others, for lapis lazuli and chrysoprase, as well as for the jade and opal, it took a little bit longer. We had a few others that went into drawing, some more that went into prototyping. So we have some almost like unique, or we have a couple that we didn't feature because we felt they were less pop than the others. So it was a long process of finding the right stones, combining the right stones, and then deciding is it a go or no go.
Wow. Thank you so much, Edward.
My pleasure, as always.